my name is Kelly Cannon, and this is the Salt Lake Tribune Daily Buzz, a video series where we bring you the important story of the day and why it matters to you. So recently, a controversial bill was pulled from the Utah State Legislature after its sponsor recognized that it was, quote, a bit too harsh. This bill was sponsored by State Senator John Johnson, and it would have eliminated the offices of diversity and equity from public universities here in the state of Utah. It also would have eliminated leadership positions associated with these offices. So, offices associated with diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, help multicultural students navigate through their academic career. And it's pretty common to find either an office or an officer at institutions of higher education, and they are there to kind of help also with inclusion efforts. So Johnson, who is a staunch conservative from northern Utah, who has also led the charge in making sure that racism isn't taught in Utah classrooms, he said that he supports the pulling of the bill, but he still stands behind his original motivations for drafting the bill. Namely, he wants to safeguard higher education offices from what he called DEI bureaucracies so that they can better achieve academic freedom. Now, obviously, this bill was super controversial, and it had a lot of opponents speak out at the time. Representative Sandra Hollins, Utah's only Black state lawmaker, spoke against the measures in an impassioned speech that has been shared widely online. She questioned what has been happening in the legislative session and why her colleagues keep bringing up bills that address diversity and inclusion. She said, quote, "I don't know what we're doing anymore. I don't know what the fear is." Another person who spoke out against the bill was Taylor Randall, the president of the University of Utah, where he says roughly 1/3 of their students come from a multicultural background. The DEI centers there help students find community and thrive even though disparities are real. Dr. Diane McAdams Jones, who is Black and a current nursing professor at Utah Valley University, said she wants to see Utah improve its diversity efforts, not dismantle them. She said she's been personally pushing to recruit more individuals of color to work here in the state. So what happens next with this bill? So it's been moved into what is called a study item, which means lawmakers have a chance to kind of examine it before the next session happens. And Johnson has kind of outlined what he hoped would happen before the next legislative session. He wants the lawmakers to look into the roughly $11 million spent per year on DEI offices in Utah public universities and study specifically what these offices do and who they help. He also felt that he didn't give enough opportunity for stakeholders to come and talk about this bill, and he hopes that will happen once the session is over. He said, quote, "I want to pull back the rhetoric and try to find some solutions." So we want to hear from you guys. What do you think of Johnson's bill? Do you think it went too far when he spoke about eliminating these offices? Do you think a more fair balance should be struck when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion? Do you think more DEI needs to be happening and more work needs to be done to ensure that Utah is recruiting and retaining DEI people? Let me know what you think. Comment below, or you can tweet us at SLTrib. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you want these videos as soon as they are live, be sure that you're subscribed. Thank you.